Hi everyone, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk and I'm here today with a tutorial for the card I made for the InspireINK blog hop. So hopefully you went on the blog hop yesterday and saw all the different cards that were made from the card sketch, and so I'm here to show you how I made it. So as a little tester for the card sketch, I created this in the purple posy, but I'm going to change it up now and use the lovely pretty peacock, and I'm going to do it by having the card base to be the colour. I'm going to see what difference it makes and to see which we like best. So I've got half a sheet of standard cardstock, which is A4 here in the UK, just cut in half, scored in half, folded in half, and then I've got my usual mats, one for the inside and one for the outside, that all these elements are going to be placed on. So the first thing I want to do is some stamping. So I've got some scrap here, and I'm just gonna trim this down a little bit actually, because it's larger than I need, and I don't want to waste too much time stamping more than I have to. Now I've got a nice little bit there that I can use for something else. There we go. Didn't think about that before I was starting. Right, so I've got the Daisy Lane stamp set, and I'm going to use this little daisy here, which I've already got mounted, and I'm going to use the large daisy for this one because that fits really well in our second to large stitch circle. So that's why I went for that one. I could have gone for one of the smaller circles and used the smaller one, but I decided I've been using that quite a bit recently, so I decided I'd go for this one. So the first thing we want to do is stamp our pattern here, and then I want to stamp 2 daisies. So I might use that scrap and a bit on this, so I might just put them both on that actually. I'm going to bring in a scrap of paper there because I'm going to go off the edge with this. So I've got my lovely pretty peacock, which I think's, although purple's my favourite, I think I love this. I think it's quite a dramatic, strong colour, and I really like it. So I'm just stamping it over this piece randomly to create a bit of a background for it. At the time of filming this, I have of course no idea what everybody else has made, but I imagine they've done some really lovely designs. And if you haven't been on the blog hop, down below there is a link to the blog post, and in that I will link to the original blog hop, so you'll be able to hop around. So we'll leave that one on the side, and then we'll have two daisies, and to make sure that it fits in the punch really well, make the center one going straight up, and then your punch will fit in really well. There we go. I'm just got my chamois off to the side there. Oh, I've just put my fingers in it. What a wally. And I'm I'm scrubbing the stamp as well. So let's get these punched out. So just like our other daisy, it matches like that, and we punch it out. And then I'm going to curl it in the usual way, which if you've watched me do this before, you will know what I mean. So I take a bit of foam, and I've got one that way up and one that way up. I take the end of my bone folder, not my bone folder, my paper piercer, and I just stroke from the outside to the inside, and they curl up like a spider curling up when you splash it with water in the bath to get rid of it down the plug hole. So I want one going one way and one coming the other way. That's just the way I like to do it. You can, of course, curl it any way you want, but I like this effect. And then I put a dab of glue on the middle. Still haven't got my Tombow. Some things are being released for the UK market, but not Tombow yet. Snail and Dimensionals have gone out. And then I just push it together. And that makes a lovely flower. So I'll put that one to side to dry. Now we're going to cut this to form this flag, and you might sit and go, well, we haven't got a rectangle that size, and we certainly haven't got one that does that. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I've got my stitched rectangles. So what I've taken is the largest one of these smaller sections. I've got the second largest one, and then I've gone down to the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth. The fifth is going to cut out that bit of peacock, pretty peacock. So I'm going to cut that out, and that's going to be that bit there. I'm going to use my circle as well to cut out a bit from here. I'm going to do all the cutting off camera, so I'm just going to cut a circle out of there, and then to do this I will cut that there like that. I think I might do that bit. I'm going to cut out a rectangle like this, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I created the rest of it. So I've cut that rectangle and I've cut my circle. They're very straightforward and done. And then I've laid this rectangle on there and cut that off like so. So we've got stitching around those three edges. So now we want stitching around this edge. So I'm going to take the larger one so that we can just cut a straight line down there. If we did it with this one, you could do it that way if you were going to do it with that one, but it is easier, I find. But obviously if you'd use this one, you could do it that way by just doing over there. But I'm just going to cut down like so to cut that bit off. And that's how you make a different sized rectangle. But now we want to flag the end. I've made it, yeah, it's roughly about the same size. So I'm going to use this one, and I'm just sort of eyeballing it so that it comes up the two edges but is at a reasonable right angle, so that the flag is a nice perfect sort of flagging. What you could do if you wanted to be precise is you could measure it roughly about the middle there. So that kind of will let you know where you want it to be. Obviously I've done it on the back and not the front. but that would be what you would do if you wanted to do it. You could make the mark on the front, but I'm quite happy with my eyeball. So I'm going to cut that out and come back to you. So there, I've just cut that bit. You have got a nice little stitch triangle there, which you could use for something if you wanted to. And there we have our little stitched flag there, so you can see the stitching all around. So there you go. I'm sure other people have worked this out and have done it, but I quite like the effect. So now we just need to build the card. So the sketch has that rectangle sticking out from underneath. I'm thinking I might make it smaller now. It is actually showing under there. Oh, not if I do that with it. That's okay. Stick that on there. Ready for the flower. Yeah, so I just need to glue that all down. That's it all glued down, so all I've got to do now is put the flower on, and I'm going to use some dimensionals to stick that, well, just the one really. Stick that on the back. You can of course use dimensionals in between the flowers, in between the layers as well. So that's the front done, and then I think I might do a bit of stamping on this to because I've got stamping on the front. I think it might be quite nice if we put a few of these daisies on the inside. So that'll do nicely. And then I'm just going to stick that on the inside, and then that's our card done. I do like this colour. So there we are. That's my 2 cards made from that sketch. So what do you think? Do you like it straight on the Whisper White or on a coloured card base? I'm not sure. That was much subtler. That one's pops a bit better. But I hope you like that way I've done the stitch rectangle there with a flagged end. Hope you will click below and go and find the blog hop and go and see what everybody else has done. And if you want to buy anything, there is a link to my shop. There should be buttons appearing here for going on to see another video and subscribing to my videos. Okay, hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.